Phrasal verbs are not a feature of some languages, but they are in English, and because that is the case, learning English becomes more difficult. Hello everyone, my name is Rafi, and welcome to my channel. This is Expert to Expert. Today, we are going to talk about phrasal verbs. Now, before we get into the video, please click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and comment down below saying I've subscribed. Are you ready? Okay, now let's get into the video. Right, so what is a phrasal verb? A phrasal verb is composed of a verb plus a preposition, so the word put is paired up with a preposition and the whole meaning changes. Put in, put out, put off, put back, put on, and so on have different meanings. So for today, I have 14 phrasal verbs for you to expand your vocabulary. Now let's talk about the first one, pick up. The word or the phrase pick up has different meanings, but let's just focus on one. So pick up means to improve. Let's use it in a sentence. His blood pressure has picked up after having given him a smidge of noradrenaline. His blood pressure has picked up after having given him a smidge of noradrenaline. His blood pressure has improved after having given him a smidge of noradrenaline. Now let's go to the second one. Tail off. Tail off means to reduce in amount. Let's use it in a sentence. His urine output has tailed off in the last 2 hours. Do you think it's safe to give him some fluids intravenously? His urine output has tailed off in the last 2 hours. Do you think it's safe to give him some fluids intravenously? His urine output has decreased in the last 2 hours. Do you think it's safe to give him some fluids intravenously? Okay, now let's go to the third one. Pull through. Pull through means to become well or healthy again after a serious illness or condition, or basically to recover. Let's use it in a sentence. Do you think my father's going to be able to pull through? Do you think my father's going to be able to pull through? Do you think my father's going to be able to recover? Okay, now let's go to the fourth one. Right, get something down. To get something down is basically to swallow something, especially with difficulty. Let's use it in a sentence. These tablets are too big. I can't get them down. Okay? These tablets are too big. I can't get them down. These tablets are too big. I can't swallow them. Right. Let's go to the fifth one. Keep something down. To keep something down means to be able to eat and drink and not vomit. Okay? So let's use it in a sentence. Excuse me, doctor. My patient's feeling sick. He can't keep anything down. Excuse me, doctor. My patient's feeling sick. He can't keep anything down. Okay? So excuse me, doctor. My patient's feeling sick. He vomits everything that he's eaten. Right, now let's go to the sixth one. Bring up. To bring up means to vomit something or to expectorate something, to cough something up. Now let's use it in a sentence. He is very chesty. So if you've got a very chesty chest, that means it's very noisy. So like crackly. So he's very chesty, he's got a good cough, but he's unable to bring up anything at all. Again, he is very chesty, and he's got a good cough, but he is unable to bring up anything at all. He is very chesty, he's got a good cough, but he is unable to expectorate anything at all. Right, let's go to the seventh one. Kick in. So what do you mean by kick in? Kick in means to take effect. Okay? Kick in means to take effect. When do you think the medication's going to kick in? When do you think the medication's going to kick in? When do you think the medication's going to take effect? Right, let's go to the next one. Come to. Come to. Come to means to become conscious again. Okay, come to means to become conscious again. Let's use it in a sentence. Has he come to yet? Has he come to yet? Okay. Has he regained consciousness yet? Has he regained consciousness yet? Right, let's go to the next one. Come up. To come up means to appear on the screen. Okay? To come up means to appear on the screen. Screen of the computer, screen of something, to appear on the screen. His blood pressure is not coming up on the monitor. His blood pressure is not coming up on the monitor. Okay? His blood pressure is not appearing on the screen. Okay? Does that make sense? Right. Number 10, take down. Number 10, take down. To take something down means to take something off. Okay? Let's use it in a sentence. Would you mind if we took down his wound dressing? Would you mind if we took down his wound dressing? Would you mind if we took off his wound dressing? Would you mind if we took off his wound dressing? Okay, now let's go to the next one. Copy somebody in. Copy somebody in. When you copy somebody in, you are basically sending that somebody an email you are primarily sending to someone else. Okay. Again, when you are, basically to copy somebody in is to send somebody an email you are primarily sending to somebody else. Let's use it in a sentence. Could you copy me in on the email you are sending to the manager? Could you copy me in on the email you are sending to the ward manager? Okay. Could you copy me in on the email you are sending to the ward manager? Right. So that's it. Let's go to the next one. Put in. To put in means to insert. Okay. To put in means to insert. So I am struggling to put a cannula in his arm. I am struggling to put a cannula in his arm. Okay, if I say it really fast, let's just say, okay, like I'm talking to a colleague, like, I am struggling to put a cannula in his arm. I am struggling to put a cannula in his arm. Okay? But if I just say it slowly, I tend to say, I am struggling to put a cannula in his arm. Please don't say, put a cannula on. You are not just going to put that on. You're going to put it in. Okay? Just remember that. Because I hear that very often. Now, the next one would be take out. To remove from the inside. To remove from the inside. Could you take his nasogastric tube out, please? Could you take his nasogastric tube out, please? Or could you take his NG tube out, please? Okay, not take off. Take off is to be removed from a surface. To take out is to be removed from the inside. Okay? Now let's go to the next one. Come off. To come off means to stop using something. For example, a drug. Let's use it in a sentence. He has come off sedation now after a long time. He has come off sedation now after a long time. So he's not using sedatives anymore after a long time. Does that make sense? Okay, now I think it's time for a little quiz. What do you mean by the phrase tail off? Yes, it means to reduce an amount. Very good. What do you mean by the phrase kick in? Yes, it means to take effect. What do you mean by the phrase come to? Yes, that means to become conscious again. What do you mean by the phrase take down? Yes, it means to take something off. What do you mean by the phrase pull through? Yes, it means to become well or healthy again after a serious illness or condition, or to recover. Wow, so that would be all for now. I hope you have learnt a lot today. And don't forget to leave a comment down below. If you like this video, please give this a like. Okay, so that would be all for now. I hope you have learned something today. I have to say goodbye. Thank you so much. This has been Rafi, and see you next time. Bye-bye.